you're going to be working with a group of 4. Ultimately, you're going to pair off, but to start with, you need 1, 2, 3, 4 test tubes to run your reactions. You've learned about measuring volume, so you will need a graduated cylinder. This 10 milliliter one should be very familiar to you. And you will need, of course, to measure mass, so you will need the electronic balance. The test tube should be numbered. If they're not, please do so. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each of you will be responsible for a specific number test tube. However, you must work collectively. For volume, you will be measuring a certain amount of hydrochloric acid, HCl. You will be taking the mass of the magnesium metal, so you will need your electronic balance for mass in grams. And again, of the magnesium metal. Push the rest of the bin aside so you can focus on your 4 test tubes. This is what your setup should look like for 4 people. Again, each of you will be responsible for a test tube. So then you can take some materials and start working in pairs. So 2 of you will be responsible for test tubes 1 and 2, and 2 of you will be responsible for test tubes 3 and 4. But keep in mind, you really need to work as a group of 4 ultimately to check on each other's work so you have accurate data for all 4 tubes. Part 1 is about measuring volume precisely. So you will be measuring the hydrochloric acid volume to the specified amount. Once you know the amount of volume you need to add hydrochloric acid, use your graduated cylinder properly. So keep in mind, you want to be exact. You don't want, if it says 10 milliliters, you want 10 milliliters, not 9.7 or 9.6. You can always use the pipette to get the precise volume of hydrochloric acid. And if you go over, you can always use the pipette to take some out. Put the lid on, please, please, please put the lid on. And then you will transfer the volume. Don't know that that's right that's the best test tube to use for this. Here we go. You will then transfer hydrochloric acid into your test tube. Now you can see the correct level. Okay, once all 4 of you have the hydrochloric acid in your test tubes, then we need a photo of all 4. But you're not just taking a photo, you're analyzing and scrutinizing all 4 test tubes. So you're going to hold them up together to get a photo. And as you look at test tubes 1, 2, 3, 4, you should be asking yourself, is this logical? Is this the level of hydrochloric acid that should be in all the test tubes? It doesn't matter if it was your assigned test tube or your group. It doesn't matter. You're responsible for all 4. So talk to each other, help one another out. You might want to say, I'm not so sure about this one, and then fix it. If all 4 test tubes appear correct, take a nice photo, an accurate photo, and place it on the document. For mass of the magnesium, turn on the balance. Make sure that you have the tray off and you have nice pristine weighing paper. It should not be wet. It should not be wrinkly. Make sure it's in grams, 0.00 grams, and then you press the T to zero it. 0.00 grams should show up on the electronic balance, and then you should add the specified mass of magnesium. If it says 0.10, that's what we mean. Use a little wooden stick to obtain the correct mass of magnesium. It says 0.20. Please make sure you are accurate and precise. Similar to the volume, you need to compare masses. So again, you're responsible for one of these 4, but you need to check on all 4. You will take a photo, but more importantly, as you're taking the photo, you will ask yourself, does this look logical? Do these seem correct? If not, help one another out to make sure that everyone has the correct mass of magnesium. There we go. Now it's time for the race. Each of you will take your magnesium medal on the weighing paper. You'll fold it a little, and then on your mark, get set, go. You'll pour the magnesium into the test tubes and make your observations. Keep in mind, you're going to rank at the end whose test tube ran the fastest reaction, second, third, fourth. So you must be watching one another's test tube. It's okay to take it out of the tube. That's how you're going to be able to see it. Have fun.